Hey guys, so I'm at school and my third class got canceled, so I'm just gonna sit and chit chat, right? This feels right. I was gonna read a book, but not in the mood for that, and I was going to do my homework, but not in the mood for that, so I'm just gonna sit and chit chat. Hope that's fine with you guys. Kind of nervy to be doing this like in a public setting, because I only ever do this in my car or in my room, but that's fine. So let's jump right to it. I watch a lot of TikToks, as we all do, and there's this like new, I don't know if my feed has just like finally began to like bring college TikToks into my feed, but I've never had them before. And a common like theme that they all carry is that college is lonely. Previous to coming to the school that I'm at right now, I was at a community college, so yeah, and I did it all online from COVID. I don't think you're supposed to be using the word on YouTube, but from then on to now, I was online, and I also, on top of that, previous to going to community college, I was at high school, and in high school I didn't live in the same area as my high school, so I was very lonely. So loneliness it's not a foreign concept to me at all whatsoever. I've learned to be able to be comfortable in loneliness and find the good things in it. And thanks to, again, the C word and living far from my high school, as well as going to community college and being online for 2 years and making that my decision and not it being because, again, of the C word, it allowed me to like find a lot of love and comfort in my own independence. And I think that is so cool of me because I don't feel dependent on anyone. And with that came a lot of like, I don't feel the need to need someone's presence. And in a lot of ways, it's always kind of been a thing with me because I, as a kid, went through a lot of like internal issues and just issues that I didn't want to ever shed light on, so I would like internally resolve them or keep myself like at peace. And again, that only showed me that like I didn't really need anyone. And not that I don't appreciate anyone now, I do. I still appreciate so many people, and I'm very like, if I appreciate you, it will be known, because I just love to appreciate and I love to love. But with that being said, I can understand what is so confusing about loneliness. In high school, I spent a semester at a school that I didn't know anyone at, and again, loneliness. So loneliness it's not a foreign concept to me at all, but I've allowed to like let myself soak in it and again find the good things that come with it. And there's a lot that comes with it. When I was in high school and I was lonely and I lived so far from everyone that I knew and everyone that I was so comfortable with and the things that I was comfortable with, to move somewhere where I didn't know a thing or anyone besides my family, there was a lot of like confusion, because it's not that I ended on bad terms with anyone, but there was a lot of friendships that kind of faded out because of the fact that consistency wasn't there anymore. I wasn't seeing them every day, and I wasn't talking to them every day. And during this time, I also deleted social media. This was in high school, by the way. I'm talking about high school. And it, in some ways, added to the loneliness, but in other ways, it also made it less heavy because I wasn't constantly seeing like all my friends hang out. I wasn't constantly comparing my life to others in the ways that I would see my friends hang out and I would be alone. I'd be like, wow, I'm such a loser. But I wouldn't have that so much in my face because I deleted social media. And by the way, deleting social media is a really cool thing to do. If you do it, props to you, because I recently deleted Instagram, trying to get on Twitter to go away, but I just have good drafts and I can't get past that yet. But like I was saying, there's a lot that comes with loneliness, and also not even comparing your life to others, but comparing your past life to your current life. That also makes you feel very lonely, because have found myself even in high school and now where I will look back at like my memories of when I was in high school. I was like, dang, I was so much fun. And I still am. And there's nothing wrong with like being fun and like going out, but it can also be very draining. And I don't think I recognize that because I never glamorize those moments where I felt drained. But it's important to recognize those and like remind yourself that your life isn't meant to be 24/7 fun. And I think that loneliness can help you appreciate the times that you are having fun, because, well, you're alone. But yes, college is very lonely, but I think that's what's so cool about it, because you are able to like find yourself and do things that you like and not worry about others and learn to prioritize yourself and not put others before you. And I think that is so important to do, because without that, you are constantly like, again, putting yourself behind others, and while doing that, you also sometimes expect them to do the same, and they won't, and that's very disappointing. Or you will be just dependent on others, and I don't think that's cool. Not in my book. But also a lot of loneliness makes you see people in a different light, I think. I don't know. It's a nice day out. Let me drink some water. Yummy. My friend wrote this song called Peanut, and it reminded me of a certain friend I've made. And this is an important part of this like journey of me being comfortable with loneliness. So with doing so, I've recognized what parts of people I don't really like. And I've recognized that if I don't set boundaries, I won't be in comfortable situations. And I have found that I'm comfortable with time by myself, and to be able to be comfortable with time with other people, I must set boundaries, because now that I value my alone time, I also want to value the time that I spend with others. And if boundaries are being crossed, I don't feel comfortable, and I don't want to waste my time being uncomfortable. So like I said, in high school, my junior year, I moved away from my high school, and my second semester of my junior year, I went to a school where I moved to, and I didn't like it. So my senior year, I went back to my old high school, and I was surrounded by people that I knew, and I was familiar with them. And I was still lonely because I would go home and I'd be so far away from them, and I was so used to like spontaneous plans that when that was out of reach, I was like, dang, just alone now. My friends are out having fun. It's very lonely. And then C word hit, and I was online, and I didn't have a job, so I ended up getting a job, I think, my sophomore year of college, and it was like towards the end of my freshman year, but my whole sophomore year I had a job and I made friends, and I didn't know anyone in the area that I was working at because I went to high school where I used to live. When I made friends, it was very weird because I had spent so much time alone that I knew who I was in my own solitude, so that when I was surrounded by company, I was like, who am I? Like, I was so used to like being who I was in high school that when I came into these new relationships, I would like revert back to who I was in high school, which was so confusing because I evolved and I grew in so many ways, but I didn't in like the social aspect, and that was really confusing. And also I unbuttoned my pants because they're tight. There's like a girl sitting a couple tables next to me, and I'm just giving her a whole speech. But yes, all of these things were rooted by loneliness, and I really also my school's getting like, excuse me, it's like not getting rebuilt, but we got flooded. Let's just put it that way. You can fill in the gaps. I don't know if you guys can hear it. I hope not. But yes, I learned that I love to write. I learned that I like reading. Actually, I already knew that, but I was just able to like focus on my own desires, which I thought was cool. Right now I'm reading this book called The 5 People You Meet in Heaven. I'm gonna read you guys the summary. Actually, I will not be doing that, but it's pretty cool. I thought I'm on page is 86, and there are 100 pages more than I need, and I haven't been changed. Let's just put it that way. When I was 19, I wrote, or on my 19th birthday, no. When I turned 18, I think, I wrote a list of things for me to do before I turned 19. And one of them was, they were all about me. They were like, you should go to a concert by yourself, go to a restaurant by yourself, ask a boy out, something else. And I did all those things, and they all were like based on myself and how to grow. And I thought I liked that I was able to do that and only focus on myself. And with me building myself and growing within myself, it only like blossoms into so many other parts of my life, which I love. But yeah, life is cool, and to have it be like focused on a person besides yourself should be criminal. It should be a criminal act. Because at the end of the day, you are aware of what you need and what you want. And without that, you are only left unfulfilled. And to know what you want and need can only be done with learning who you are, without having someone else's ideas influence that. And I think that can only be done by mm, that can only be done by finding comfort in your loneliness and getting to know yourself. I don't know. That's my whole spiel. I think I'm gonna read this book now.